this did not take long. You gotta be a victim in this league. An unwatchable, unlikable group of women. You're the new little it girl. You're the it girl that we're supposed to listen to coming out of college. You don't know shit. It ain't equal opportunity. These little white girls are trying so hard in the WNBA. Why? Because they have to. The new sensation, the new Caucasian sensation of the WNBA's Paige Bueckers is speaking, and we're all dumber for it. Look, you got to understand, Paige Bueckers is on the right side of the sexism. She is not Caitlin Clark, so she is on the right side of the racism. I saw the other day Sue Bird was talking about how racism had always been in the WNBA. I think we've all seen it, Sue. I know you weren't talking about what I'm going to talk about, but the racism against Caitlin Clark and other white women has been there for a long, long time. The sexism always has been there. I mean, for women's athletics, sexism goes to high school. If you're not a lesbian on a lesbian team, then you are ostracized. You are recruited. I mean, all this stuff has been there forever. It has. I mean, this goes back to the 80s when my neighbor down the street went to Penn, and was just a nice young woman, now married with a couple of kids, going to play basketball at Penn, and next thing you know, all these little girls are in bed together. She comes home, her roommate's player in bed with another roommate. She's like, yo, good for you, but this ain't my scene. You don't mess with region girls, baby. Northwest Indiana is lovingly called the region. Paige Bueckers in the news. It didn't take long. WNBA rookie Paige Bueckers is now playing the victim. Yeah, she is. You got to be a victim in this league, and that media tries to isolate you when discussing her past comments that there was not ever equal coverage for black women in sports media, and she sees white privilege every single day. I got to tell you, I don't know, man. This is before her time, but FloJo got a lot of coverage, baby. I mean, a lot of coverage. If you were great, seems like you got a lot of coverage. Serena Williams got a lot of coverage. I mean, damn, every time we had Olympics, there was a lot of coverage by African-American women. Now, I'm not going to tell you there's been a great African-American women golfer. Wilma Rudolph is still being talked about if we're going to go this route. See, they missed the point. They missed the point. It isn't about black women not receiving any coverage. It's about the WNBA women not receiving any coverage. There's a big difference. It isn't black women of the WNBA. Hell, in this town, Tamika Catchings is iconic. Tamika Catchings brought a championship, but we're a basketball state. It's the fact that it was and remains an unwatchable, unlikable group of women. You know, nobody paid attention to women's basketball for the longest time, and rightfully so. I'll tell you why. The game resembled that of an 8th grade game. The people that were involved in it, the women of the WNBA, were nasty. They were sexist. You know, most of the country, and this is just the reality, 98% of the country is not gay or lesbian. Maybe I have the numbers wrong on that. Let's say it's 80% is not. And when you openly flaunt that, well, you're going to probably turn off 80% of the country. Has nothing to do with black or white, never has. Has to do with performance, has to do with likability. That's what it has to do with. And when you're angry all the time, and the people that are angry, when you would watch somebody be interviewed, a WNBA woman, rarely were they engaging. Rarely were there someone like, oh man, that'd be cool to hang out with her. Not even a little. They were angry. They were sexist. That's the deal. It has nothing to do with black women. I get it. That's the stance a little white girl has to take. Of course it is. You don't get your ass beat. But it's bullshit. The league simply was unlikable until Caitlin Clark is. And if you take Caitlin Clark out of the league, it is still unlikable. It is. I'm not even sure it's that likable with Caitlin Clark in the league. It's more interesting. She has a different game. But is it really that likable? Is Angel Reese that likable? Maybe. Hey, she had a great game the other night, and that's good for the league. I've said it all along. Bueckers, good for the league. But Bueckers has clearance. I don't know her sexual preference, but I'm guessing she's a lesbian. Reason I'm guessing? Because she gets a pass from all the other lesbians. It's a sexist league. It's a racist league. And it's never been more exposed. And this little girl coming out of UConn, where I know we're all supposed to pay attention to her. I understand we're all supposed to go, oh, my God, Paige Bueckers said something. They cover our game and give attention to our game. There you go. So you got to be grateful for them. But a lot of it, too, is they're trying to isolate you. How so, honey? I mean, you're the star. You don't think Michael Jordan? You don't think LeBron? I don't know. You don't think SGA is now isolated? But, hey, you're the star, right? Your little girl came out of, where, Connecticut, won yourself a championship. Yay, rah. And for me, it was like it's so easy to make everything about yourself. The media gives you a drink, and you're going to drink it, or you're going to share it with others. Okay. So how do you do that exactly? Well, my sister, nobody cares. Like Sophie Cunningham, people care about. People care about Sophie Cunningham because she's hot. I mean, let's just call it for what it is. She can't play dead, apparently. But nobody seems to care about Kelsey Mitchell. I do because I like Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell's best basketball player on that team. She's not the best scorer. She's not the most. She's the best basketball player. Kelsey Mitchell was at Ohio State when my son was there, and she's fantastic. Fantastic human being, fantastic player. But why doesn't she get, I don't know, because Caitlin Clark, well, over everybody. And maybe that's an example for Paige Bueckers, but it's really not. Because Caitlin Clark has been the face of basketball forever, and it's the way she plays. We've seen Kelsey Mitchell's pull-up game before. It's the way she plays. There's white privilege every single day that I see. Oh, really? I feel like even just marketability, people tend to favor white people. You watch TV lately, honey? Have you? I get it. You got to say this stuff, and all of a sudden you're a sociologist because you went to that bastion of academia, UConn, and you're 1 year out in the real world. You're no longer wearing a backpack and going to an AAU tournament and going, oh, my God, Paige is so cute and so good. White women, white males, watch TV. I think it should be equal opportunity. It's not. It's something called the Q rating, little girl. It's something called the Q rating, which means your likability. Look, people aren't interested in equal opportunity when selling stuff. They're interested in DEI hires and marketability. We got to get a quota to hire, and it would really help if that person that we're hiring as a DEI hire were marketable and likable. It's not equal opportunity to sell stuff. It's not equal opportunity in marketability. It's not equal opportunity. Michael Jordan was not at the same level of freaking Dan Marley, you moron. I feel like it should be like equal like opportunity like, you dumbass. I mean, if you're a great player, you're marketable. If you're not, you better hope you got a great agent. Somehow, some way, Blake Griffin, who is half black, I don't know, mostly half black folks say they're black. He's all over the place, and no one knows who he is. I mean, he dunked a few while back, but nobody knows who the hell Blake Griffin is, but he's back. Why? Don't know. Maybe he's marketable. Maybe he's likable. If you're likable and really, really good, you're going to be marketed. If you're likable, really, really good, and have a personality, you're really going to be marketed. Like, all things considered, the number one marketed person in the WNBA should be Sophie Cunningham. It shouldn't be Caitlin Clark. I mean, why? Well, frankly, Sophie Cunningham's the hottest girl there. She seems to be the nicest. She seems to be somebody that warms to the camera. But you know what? She's not the most marketable because, frankly, Caitlin Clark's a better player and has some of the same attributes. I mean, it ain't equal, lady. Jeez. I feel like there's privilege to what I have and to what all white people have. I recognize that. I want to counteract that with the way I go about my business. Good. You go about your business. I mean, if you are a great player, people always said you got to play in New York and L.A. Really? I don't know. Peyton Manning became an absolute superstar international here. Paul George was doing Gatorade commercials, which is one of the big 3 or 4 from here in Indianapolis. I don't know what to tell you. I see SGA, that ghoul, Holm, and whoever the other guy is, Williams, in commercials, national commercials. I don't know what to tell you, sweetie, but I will tell you this. You're wrong. I get it, though. I mean, you're the new little it girl. You're the it girl that we're supposed to listen to coming out of college because you played for Gino, and Gino's tough, and I know stuff. No, you don't know shit. If you're really good, you have a great personality, you're marketable. It ain't equal opportunity. It's like sports. Sports isn't equal opportunity. It's a meritocracy. Play well, boom. Same thing with marketing. If you're attractive, boom. If you're attractive and great, boom, boom. If you're attractive, great, and have a personality, boom, boom, boom. It's that simple. It ain't about white or black. I mean, turn your TV on. Who's in your commercials? To get in a commercial, you either have to be African American or gay. It's that simple. Maybe Asian. I mean, that's what's being marketed now. Where's the white privilege in that? Don't try to speak for anybody but yourself, honey. Go into little AAU tournaments. Don't try to do that. Don't waste our time with that kind of stupid. I mean, what you should do is become marketable. What you should do is become the best player you can be. Right now, your team stinks. All right? Become the best player you can be. Become marketable, and then give your money to others. How about that? Next time you sign a big deal, next time you sign something of interest, give your money to other people. Share the sugar, baby. That's such bullshit. These little white girls are trying so hard in the WNBA. Why? Because they have to. Because the racism, the sexism of the WNBA is all it's had for 27 years. Now, it's trying to come out of the dark ages, and the people pulling it, only one, Caitlin Clark, knows how to pull and knows what she's pulling. And how does she do it? By staying above the fray, for the most part. But even she had to give in. Hey, you like the show? I know it offended you, but let's be honest. I'm a 62-year-old man. You think I want to listen to some 22-year-old little privileged girl? And that's her words, not mine. You crazy? Got the opportunity of a lifetime. But I get it, man. You're there in the yard. You don't want to get beat up. You saw what's happened to Caitlin Clark. Who the hell wants to get beat up? You enjoying the show? It's the only show like it. It is. There's no other show in America like this show. None. Make sure you head on over to youtube.com/@OutKick/videos to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you'll never, ever, ever miss any of our great content. Word on the street is he's so fake. That's how we start this next segment. We're talking about LeBron. LeBron's the biggest hypocrite in sport. Side note on this. I figured it out yesterday. You want to talk about marketability. Marketability comes with being like, LeBron James's commercials are terrible. Like Michael Jordan's commercials were awesome. Like Michael Jordan had a real sense. LeBron's are terrible. I saw some commercial LeBron did yesterday. I think it's for Amazon. Just awful. Like I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Peyton Manning's really good. Michael Jordan's really good. Bird and Magic shooting really good. I don't know if you noticed there, but 3 of those folks were black, Paige. Anyway, long story short, one of the problems with LeBron is he got bad commercials. Tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm right. LeBron talks about how he wants to win now, and what's very likely, according to him, his final season, but he isn't willing to actually help the team. First, he makes sure his son is on the team. Boy, is this good. He makes sure his son's on the team, taking a roster spot. All right, guaranteed. Then on Sunday, he took a third of the Lakers' cap space. A third. $52.6 million. Good for the GM. Hey, man, he's got equity in it. I ain't mad at him because I don't want him to win. I don't want him to win a title. I want the Dallas Mavericks to win a title before LeBron does. I do. Here's why. I like Anthony Davis, number one. I like the fact that Nico Harrison took a big-ass swing that I defended. So because I defended them and somewhat understood what he was doing, because let's be honest, Doncic with the Mavs had overgrown his status, Aaron Rodgers with the Jets like, I want Dallas to win before LeBron. I want Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, but Anthony Davis first, because Anthony Davis is a great player. But when he got traded, like he was Dan Dakich, like, what are you talking about? He's a great player. But he got traded for Doncic, and it's like, wow, they didn't get nothing for him. What? So anyway, I don't want LeBron to win, even though my Serbian brother Doncic is on the team. I want frickin' Dallas to win one before. Just me. LeBron James, being the team first winning culture guy that he is, surely must have taken a pay cut to make sure the Lakers had all the resources they need to build a championship contender around him, right? Well, looks like James is going all in on making as much money as humanly possible in his 23rd season in the NBA, and who can blame him? I can't. All right? I get it. Guys have taken pay cuts for the team. I get it. I do. I swear. But, hey, how about you all play better? As the words of legendary bartender in Bloomington, Indiana, the great Bob Heben Street, who looked like the walrus, Craig Stadler, you can look him up, used to say, hey, Dakich, play better, when I was begging for strokes. He's right. It was kind of the sideman of our family motto, which is sack up. GM, is now requesting a trade because he didn't like the roster he put together. Sounds like it's based on what his agent, Rich Paul, said yesterday. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We're very appreciative of the partnership we've had for 8 years with Jeannie and Rob and consider Lakers as a critical part of his career. Wait a second. You just went out and got the guy an MVP. You literally just went out and got the guy a top 5 player to go around him. You tell me Austin Reeves is great. You offered him like $30 million a year that he turned down. I mean, what do you need? How much do you need? I mean, last I looked, SGA won a championship with Lou Dort. Am I wrong? Honest to God, Kason, whatever his name is. What? I mean, how many do you need, LeBron? So if LeBron doesn't think they can win a championship, man, the hell you doing taking the money? They're not trading LeBron James. Look, this may be George Clooney's Donald Trump isn't being president moment for me. But hey, Davey, is there any way, I don't know, you can tell me I'm different, maybe I'm wrong, I don't care. Is there any way the Lakers trade LeBron James now that they brought Doncic over there?
I mean, it's not up to the Lakers, Dan. It's 100% up to LeBron in this case. We've seen how he's operated. If he wants out, they'll let him get out. The NBA is that league where it's the players have all the control.
Yeah, no, you're right. I can't imagine if I'm the Lakers owner, I make this big deal and get Doncic here. No, you're right. You're right. All right, the worst football program in America, the worst ever, is the University of Michigan under Jim Harbaugh. And it just keeps getting worse. And my tone changed because this is so serious. I always try to put myself, if this were my daughter, how would I react? Listen to this. 11 former University of Michigan females, all of which were student athletes, with the exception of one, have sued former coach Jim Harbaugh, former president Santo Ono, and current GM Ward Manuel, alleging the university was aware of allegations against co-offensive coordinator Matt Weiss and his computer crimes. They knew about it. They were aware of the allegations about Matt Weiss and his computer crimes, and listen to this. They let him coach anyway in the college football semifinal against TCU. So you find out this guy's hacking into female athletes' computers at your school, and you're like, all right, hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that problem, this felony of felonies, this invasion of your student athletes, Ward Manuel. Now, hold on. We'll get to that. What? I mean, you don't immediately turn this guy in, immediately get him off campus, immediately say adios, and let someone else coach against TCU? You don't do that? That's an automatic. Listen to this. The suit alleges an unnamed Michigan staffer saw Weiss viewing private information belonging to female students between December 21 to 23, 2022 at Schembechler Hall, the nerve center of UM's football team. The staffer reported it to university officials before the Fiesta Bowl on December 31st, 2022, which Michigan lost 51-45 to TCU. I guarantee you that staffer isn't working anywhere. That's the bitch of all this. You see some guy committing these kind of crimes, these heinous, invasive crimes, and you turn it in, and I guarantee you ain't working again. It's bullshit. This is the most corrupt program ever, and not just because of this. I'm not going to go through it all, or maybe I am. I'm not going to go through it all. You can do that. Harbaugh led and encouraged a culture within the football program that resulted in a complete lack of oversight or protection for non-football student athletes. Had Harbaugh implemented basic oversight of his staff, plaintiffs would have been protected against predators such as Weiss. Well, all right, you're right about the oversight, but I was a head coach, not a football, but a head coach. Here's very simple. I'm not going to go into the search history of my staff. Maybe that's what you have to do now. Not a chance in hell I was doing that. But if it came to my attention, I'll give you an example. One of my staffers, it came to my attention that he was stalking a woman. Woman happened to be a friend of mine, my friend of my wife's. They went out. She said, hey, nice meeting you. Adios. Okay. Next thing you know, I call him in. He's bawling. I didn't do it. I wouldn't do it. My phone rings. It's the woman. Hey, Dan, your boy was over here outside my she was a professor. I looked at him. I go, get your shit and get out. But no, get your shit, or I'm calling. My next call is to the police. Get your shit. Get out. Out. That's how you handle stuff like that. And then you do call the police when it's something about cybercrime. I mean, you just simply rid yourself. I don't care if it's the offensive coordinator. There's like 18 assistants. But Harbaugh wouldn't do that. Just like Harbaugh hired Shemi Schembechler, Bo's son, who had a bunch of racist tweets. Just like one of the members of Harbaugh's staff was trying to hook up in his Michigan football gear at a supermarket with a 14-year-old girl. Don't even get me into all the cheating they were doing, which has resulted in a six-game penalties for Harbaugh and the current head coach, crying Sharon Moore. What are you talking about? The place is a cesspool of shit. Now, hey, look, Michigan, go blue. You won a national championship. But remember, this is the place where they talk about Michigan men. Harbaugh has talked about winning with honor. It's all the same gaslighting you get from liberals. We are distracting from what we're doing by defending it out publicly, by criticizing it out publicly. We're doing all this shit, but you ever hear the term he doth protest too much? Harbaugh's always been a big-time fraud, always. Harbaugh's always been a guy that knows the right thing to say while doing the wrong thing, and you can kiss my ass if you tell me he's not, but Harbaugh is an American hero. Harbaugh will be on with Colin Cowherd. Harbaugh will be on all the shows talking about how quirky he is. And all the little girls that cover the NFL and all the little boys that cover the NFL will go, oh, my God, he's so quirky. He's not quirky. He's a cheat. Not quirky. He's a liar. Not quirky. He's a reprehensible human being because he fronts. That's right. I said it, yo. He fronts. He puts on a front, but deep down he's nothing more than an insecure, lying cheat. Probably always has been. Urban Meyer broke the man. Urban Meyer beat him 7 straight times. They beat him, and then when they were going to get their ass beat again, he got the game canceled in COVID. Harbaugh has power, still has power. Hell, last year, Ward Manuel's dumbass, you know what he had? A Jim Harbaugh day. Think about that. They going to have another Jim Harbaugh day? Are they ever going to apologize to the student athletes who they violated? Of course they won't. Why? It's an active investigation. We can't have a comment. There's no honor at Michigan. Look, I spent $52,000 a year for 3.5 years sending my son to Michigan. He had a great experience. I enjoyed the fact that he was there. But now it's an embarrassment to say you went to Michigan. It really is. It's like, where'd you go? Michigan. Oh, that place with that cheating-ass coach? Pretty much it. Michigan fans will pump their chests. Not real Michigan guys, but Michigan fans will pump their we got a natty. We got a natty. third-team all-guy at Grand Valley High School or Grand Rapids High School, hey, man, we got a natty. While he says, do you want fries with that? That's the Michigan mentality. They're all blockheads and they're all stupid. And Harbaugh's the perfect one. He's a blockhead, he's stupid, and he's a front man. He's a fraud, period. Should be in jail. If the feds were still onto this, if the feds still had the coach's playbook, his ass would be in jail. This guy Weiss is going to be in jail, but you'll never hear an apology from Harbaugh to the women. You'll never, ever hear him or Ward Manuel say to the women who woke up one morning looking like, oh, my God, this creep stole my shit? What? No, you'll never see an apology because they don't have to. They're too powerful. Harbaugh will get on TV, wear his khaki pants, and act goofy. Ward Manuel will walk around with his big dumb look and be arrogant. It's the Michigan way. Naming head coach Jim Harbaugh and athletic director Ward Manuel in his complaint reflects our belief that leadership at the highest level either knew of these threats or deliberately ignored them, prioritizing athletic prestige and profit over safety and the dignity of students. That's the attorney, Parker Steiner. This one really pisses me off. People get on me all the time about why I left West Virginia and whatever. I don't give a damn what you think of me. But when I was coaching, integrity mattered. You didn't do the right thing, I kicked you off the team, let you found somewhere. I didn't make the excuse, well, it's easier to kick someone off. If I didn't have to kick him off, if I could work with him, I did. Everybody graduated. Never broke a fucking rule in my life. And to watch these jackasses go about the business that they go about and be glorified, it does piss me off because there's other in college football that didn't. Now, idiots are going to say everybody cheats. No. Everybody doesn't cheat. In fact, if you were going to ask me who in college basketball was cheating while you were coaching at Indiana, I have no idea. I know a book came out, Raw Recruits, about Kentucky cheat. I know there was a FedEx package or something like that sent out, which alleged cheating. I don't have any evidence. But everybody that isn't in the sport says everybody's cheating. Okay. Hey, is it time to pump the brakes on the Arch Manning hype? Yes. Yes, I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Arch Manning will be like his Uncle Peyton. If Peyton says everybody go, oh, God dang, that Peyton's so funny. If this dude throws a football, everybody's going to go, oh, God, I'll tell you what, that Arch is like his granddaddy. He just like his granddaddy. Shut up, college football coaching great Steve Spurrier definitely thinks so, based on the offseason conversation. Can't talk about the upcoming football season without mentioning the name Arch Manning. The quarterback is set to take over as a starter at Texas. Former Florida, South Carolina head coach Steve Spurrier shared his thoughts on another duly noted podcast. This is so true. Most people are picking Texas to win the SEC in football. They got Arch Manning already winning the Heisman. My question is, if he was this good, how come they let Quinn Ewers play all the time last year? He was a 7th-round pick. I have asked that on this show. We need to get Coach Spurrier on. I mean, a 7th-round pick beat his ass out, and people were telling me last year he'd have been the first pick in the draft over Cam Ward. All right. He wasn't the first pick of his own coach. Well, they had a plan there. I got to go this way. They had a plan there. The Mannings, he was going to redshirt, and he was going to – oh, shut up. If he was good enough, Steve Sarkisian would have played him immediately. What are you, crazy? Well, the Mannings had a plan. Oh, shut up with all that. Plant my ass. They knew he wasn't as good as advertised. He knew he wasn't as good as advertised. They got him a boatload of money and got him ready. He wasn't as good as a 7th-round pick. You only have to ask Coach Sark, how come you played that one instead of this one? Hopefully, he'll say, because we thought he was better than that one. Isn't that why you play one guy and not the other unless it was discipline? And there was no discipline or anything. Ian Miller had the story, and he's right. He's 100% right. I said that all along last year. Like, I saw him throw in high school. If his name was Dakich, he'd have been a nice recruit. Good recruit. Hey, go get him. He would have had to, I don't know if we'd have had a plan for him. Shucks, I don't know. Yeah, that was so funny, Peyton. You're so funny. Anyway, the truth of the matter is it doesn't really matter. I mean, the conversation is great. Me talking about it, Spurrier, whoever talking about it's great. But the truth is, it's all going to come out. I mean, day one, isn't it Texas against Notre Dame or Texas against somebody really good? We're going to find out. It's that simple. If he lights it up, good for him. Then everybody, I'm wrong, Spurrier's wrong. But remember, Anthony Richardson lit it up game one, Florida against Miami, and it wasn't very good from then on. Water does have a tendency to find its level. It's biology. Mr. Chellup taught me that way back. It's true. Anyway, that's where we're at. I can't wait to see, though. I mean, what we got, 10 weeks? Let's go. Let's go. Chop it up. Let's go. Let's get college football here. I'm tired of hearing about the angry lesbians of the WNBA. I'm also tired of hearing